So, good morning, everybody. I'm really surprised there's even people watching this. I always think people would watch it later, but there are really people live here, so that's a nice surprise. Anyway, we keep going here around the wheel. We're at the 18th gate on the right angle cross of service with the 3-5 profile. Here we go. The 3-5, the zealot, the energetic obsession to clean house. I love this line. 18s can clean as well as anybody. They're wonderful. It's not so much that they can clean as well as anybody. After all, it depends on how many other factors in their design. It's just that they know where the dirt is. The cleaners who come to my house to clean my house, they never get to leave that house with a sense that they have actually done something perfect. There's too much 18 energy in my house. It's like, they missed this. I never even see it. I don't even know it's there. The zealot, the dissolution of old forms of an acceptable price. How nice an obsession with correction and its critical potential. An obsession with correction that does not bring satisfaction. This is rigid judgmentation. You're looking at the most vicious, I hate to say, the most accurate criticism you're going to find anywhere, but it's very, very uncomfortable. You don't want an 18.3 try to clean you. There's something interesting about an 18.3 trying to be of service to be collective. But the moment that you translate that into the personal, you got yourself a partner that's going to correct you to death. Until death do your part. Remember, they accept that you're going to be there. They work on working on you over and over again. 10 years of telling you to put the toilet seat down. 10 years of telling you squeeze toothpaste from the back first. 10 years on and on and on and on, and they never let go. One of the things about the collective is that the collective can never understand when they interpret it personally. I guess it's some kind of magical innocence that they're given by God because they don't really understand why you're so upset. They don't understand that they're telling you that the 8,000th time to do something that they don't understand why you're upset. They don't get it because for them it's very simple. You wouldn't be upset if you simply do what I told you to do. For the collective corrector, it's very simple. You don't have to be upset. Do what I tell you to do, you idiot. It's wrong what you're doing. It's not right. Fix it. You don't do that. Don't go out the door dressed like that. How nice. The 18.3 can make their partner an alcoholic faster than any other relationships. You got Neptune exalted here. In Neptune exalted, you got a partner that keeps on stabbing you. After a while, you just don't want to feel it anymore. And by the time you've had that fourth drink, that stab is just a blur. It doesn't really go around you. It bounces off you and you sway a little bit. How you end up with obsessive behavior. Remember, we're talking about duality. The whole thing about the zealot is that the zealot creates a kind of anti zealot in the other side. If you're flying along in space and you're having a nice time, and all of a sudden an 83 pulls up behind you, it's like you know that there are gods that truly do not like you, that there are gods that really think that it's time in your incarnative process that you've got to be straightened out. It's a 3-5 after all. I'm playing because you can really have fun with a line like this. And yet, at the same time, to see that without them, men are where are we ever lost? Sometimes it takes obsession. It just does. When you're dealing with a 3-5, there's a potential that they can tell you regardless of whether you think it's heresy or not, regardless of whether or not it's uncomfortable or not. They may be telling you something that is truly important for them. They learn, after all, that they make mistakes. They deal with the projection. They understand that others always see in them the need for correction. The 83 is obsessed with correcting themselves. You give them an 83 with an open ego, and then will show you somebody that they can make tens of thousands of dollars out of them. Just open wallet. Give me a straight funnel to their bank account. They're obsessed with correcting themselves. They're obsessed with being correct. And it's a two-way street. But this is duality. And this is the cross of service. And it is, let me tell you, what has to be. And remember this line, this dissolution of old forms and acceptable price. You can have the bloodiest of things take place here. Cleaning house can be ethnic cleansing. It's not far to go. All you need is cooperation on the other side, and away you go. Let's clean house. These are all the people that, when they get divorced, they try to create an imitation that never, ever, ever have any to do with them ever, ever again. You can't get rid of anything that you ever had that was connected to them, the clothes and the little thing here and there. They forgot when they left you. You clean it all out in the sense of the mathematical mathematician making a mistake and starting all over again. Go back to the beginning, go back to the process. And 3-5s always can have a terrible time in relationship, particularly if they are not self-obsessive bitch, male or female person. It's like relationships for them are going to be easy unless they only get to choose masochist in this life. And that's not the way it works. Good luck with the masochist then. The 3-6. Again, In this quarter, we know that we have stability there in the combination simply because it's used to the fact that the things don't work. It learns from the process of things not working. The only difficulty here in that sense of the 3 6 is that they do a lot of cleaning house. In other words, what they really go through is a process of trying to get to a point where they're not afraid that when they haven't cleaned will destroy them. There's always this concern here in the 18th gate that because we're dealing with the spleen and because in fact the fear of authority is the fear of forces greater than us that can destroy us, that there's always in the 18 and particularly with threes, there's always this underlying fear that there's a greater authority that will show up, that will smash you, that will punish you if you have not been correct. I am an exponent of this. I'm very powerful, very deep 48. I'm an exponent of correctness. I teach you all about correctness. Part of the logical truth of human design is that there's a correctness mechanically on how important it is to get to the place of correctness. You have to see that the 18th gate carried with it an absolute in the Maya that says there's a certain ways in which we can be correct and that we can become free of the power of other authorities to become what I teach you, to become your own authority through finding your own inner authority so that it can be correct according to their authority. And therefore you eliminate the fear of all other authorities. So good luck with that, eliminating all this fear of all these other authorities.